How to get clients. Alright, so the key to getting clients is... So for me, it was 3 different things. 1, people. Talk to everybody. Go out, talk to people. Even if you're writing with somebody and think, talk to them, be nice. When you're talking to everybody, tell them what you do. Tell them you're looking for work and tell them you're a freelancer. Otherwise, nobody will know what you're doing. And of course, don't be an asshole. 2nd, events. Go out and meet people. And yes, I mean real people. This comes back to point number 1. How can you talk to people if you don't know any people? And there is a way to talk to people online and get to know people, but the easiest way is just to go out, go to a drink and draw, go to an artist event, go to a game dev meetup, just go there and talk to people and get to know people, because then you can talk to people. Now you might be thinking, well, okay, then I have a big network, so what? Let me just give you one example. 2 of my client projects came from other people. One came from a really good friend of mine who basically he just wanted a logo. They, like, the company he was working at, they weren't really happy with what they had. They were like, yeah, do you know somebody who could just draw a logo? I drew the logo, they were very happy with how we worked together, and now I'm doing art direction for the game. 2nd example. At one point, some of my game dev friends asked me like, hey, we're doing this really cool project, would you be interested? I'm like, I would be interested, but I can only work remotely, which is not what you're looking for. I also can't put in the time that you're looking for. I would love to, but I can't. Guess what I did then? I wrote my artist buddies from whom I knew they were searching for work and was like, hey, would you be interested? Hey, should I connect you? And this is why you want to connect with other artists. These people are your colleagues, they're not your enemies, they're not stealing jobs away from you. They can be your rivals, but they can also be your best friends, and they can give you work and you can give work to them. Just connect with other people and don't be an asshole. Point number 3. Don't be, no, I'm kidding, your own work. Post your work online. Get it out there, out the door, for people to see. Because what can happen is people can share your work, people can love your work, people can view your work, and people can be like, ooh, I want this for my game. Who is this from? Put your name on your work so people can find it. If you post it somewhere, try to include a link so people can find you. But if your work is good and people like it, it will get you work. It's that simple. 2 more things I want to say about work. Less is more. If you do studies, if you do quick sketches, label them as that. Try and have solid portfolio work out there, and also try and produce work that you enjoy. Something that I did while I was still in university, because I couldn't decide what I wanted to draw. Was it characters? Was it environments? That's why I labeled myself as a generalist, which came back to bite me later because I was getting character requests that I didn't enjoy that much. Now that I'm learning more about character design and character building, I feel more comfortable tackling these kinds of work, but try and produce the stuff you enjoy is what I'm saying. And the icing on the cake is offer something nobody else does. Okay, I'm special. Yes, I know this is probably the hardest part of this, but even if you're doing the same as everybody else, or like if you do cartoony characters, maybe you only draw them in black and white and put them on a colorful background. Just as an example, try and find a visual style that kind of says you. And I know that's the hardest part, I'm not there yet. This is something like, if you think my work right now is solid, I'm super good, I'm the specialist, try and dig more what is really yours. Oh yeah, and lastly, just don't be an asshole. If you're wondering why I'm always doing the don't be an asshole thing, it's because the industry, games and art, is really small and people know one another, and if somebody is an asshole, people will know and people will tell, and that kind of collides with the whole meet other artists and talk to people, because even if you have the best work ever, if you're an asshole, people will know, people will tell, and it's not so good. So yeah, these are kind of the 3 steps I use to find clients. For a couple of projects I've been doing art direction, and I've also searched for other artists. I've looked at portfolios, and sometimes it's really hard to figure out how to contact you. Make sure people know where and how to contact you, and if they do, reply. Even if it's just a, hey, I'm on vacation right now, can I reply next week? Or if it's just a, no, I don't know, can you give me more info? Or just like send signs. I hope this helped a couple of you. If you have more questions on how to get clients, feel free to leave them in the comments or just write me. But yeah, these are kind of the, like all of the clients that I've acquired over the last year. I would say roughly around 8 or so, plus 5 to 10 just, hey, can you do this one thing really quickly? The 8 are kind of the larger ones. But yeah, for me it was either I knew somebody that was part of the project and they brought me in, another artist recommended me, or I got my foot in the door in the one project and then another person saw that I was doing good and they were like, hey, we need an artist too, can you like come over and do something for us? Hey! So this is kind of how it happened for me, and yeah, it's just get your foot in the door and be nice and you will be good. Alright, so this was the first part of the how to freelance according to me guide. Maybe I'll have to update this in a year when I know more. But yeah, this is how much I learned in 1 year of freelancing on how to get clients, and I hope it helps you. Bye bye!